So welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how we can cut our grocery bill in half. So with the price of groceries going up so much, I mean, look at the price of eggs, look at the price of meat. It is just unbelievable what's going on. So I have some proven ways that I can show you how to cut your grocery bill in half. It's a lot easier than you think, and so let's get started. So I've had to do this many times in my life, and I still work really hard to get my grocery bill down. And the reason is because it's one of those things you can really see physical difference very quickly if you work on your grocery bill. And a lot of people don't realize how much money they spend at the grocery store on things that they could be saving a ton of money on. So the first thing, we're going to actually work backwards. Most people tell you, okay, start a budget, stay within your budget. We're going to do things a little different here. We're going to work our way backwards. So the first thing you want to do is look at your weekly sale ads. Look at the grocery stores around you. It isn't going to take long. You can even do it, on your phone app. If you have these different grocery stores online, you can look and see what different things are on sale. So that's going to be number one. Check out the sales in your area. If you see that roasts are on sale for, I don't even know how much they go for. I don't buy a lot of roasts, but if you say they're on sale for $2 a pound, you want to pick up some roasts, and then you're going to figure out your meal plan around those items on sale. So the second thing you're going to do, I just alluded to it right there. You're going to plan your meals. This is very easy. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little way that I do it. It's just a simple little form that I made, and I leave it on my refrigerator almost every single week of the year. And the week before I go grocery shopping, I plan out all of my meals. I write everything down that I'm going to have at least for my dinner every day. And, then I kind of know the things I usually eat for breakfast. I only eat 2 meals a day, but that's how I do it. I plan out my meals, and then I have a separate section on that meal planning guide that has a little list of things that I need. So say, for example, you're going to make fried chicken and mashed potatoes, and you don't have potatoes, but they're on sale at the store that you're looking at the ads. You're going to put potatoes down on your list side. And I have a little form that I'm highlighting that I'm going to put right up here above to show you where I do that. So the third thing that we're going to do is make a list. Now, some of those items you're going to have on your meal planning guide for the week, but the other thing I use is my phone. I have a notes app on my phone that allows me to write down everything that I need at the grocery store for the upcoming week. So say I go shopping on a Saturday. Saturday when I get home, if I notice there's something I'm going to need for the next week, maybe I'm running out of Comet or I need some hair conditioner, I'm going to put that in my notes section of my phone. So next week, when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to have my meal planning list, and I'm going to have my notes section from my phone. I'm going to put those together, and that's going to be my shopping list for the next week. It is such a proven and tried method. It sounds difficult. It is not. So this is how we're going to actually cut it in half, though. Now, let's say you have been spending, I'm just going to throw a number out there. Maybe you have a family of 4, you're spending $1,000 a month on groceries. We're going to make it a goal initially to spend $500 instead of $1,000. And the way we're going to do that is by, like I said, you look at the sales first, you plan your meals second, and third, you make a list from those plans, and then we're going to start implementing it. So let me tell you number 4. This is really easy. Number 4, you're going to cut out those name brands. If you're somebody who shops brands, get it out of your vocabulary. Generic can be just as good. And I'll tell you what, if you're cooking things yourself and you're adding all kinds of herbs and seasonings and different, however it is that you cook, you are going to be amazed how you're not going to be able to tell the difference between the brand name and the generic after you put it into your recipes that you're going to be cooking. Number 5 on my list, let me clarify. When I say buy in bulk, I mean go to a bulk store that sells like bulk flour in the bins, popcorn in the bins, beans in the bins, sugar in the bins. Those are the stores you're going to be looking for. I'm not talking about Costco and Sam's Club. We're going to cut those out for a while because let me tell you what happens at those big box stores. You go in and you say, oh, wow, you know, eggs are a really good buy at one of those top name stores. So I'm going to go in and get eggs. I'm going to save $10. Then they're offering the samples all around the store. And you say, wow, I could sure use some of those taquitos at 90 taquitos in a box for $15. And then all of a sudden you're buying potato chips and slim drinks or whatever it is, clothing, and you walk out of Costco, instead of saving $10, you've now spent an extra $200. Now, I'm not saying there aren't some good buys at those stores. I know there are, but right now we're working to get our grocery bill cut in half. So I would recommend, if you're really tight on a budget and you're trying really hard to stay within your get that budget down, not even staying within your existing budget, but getting your budget down, stay out of those big stores for a while. Shop the sales, buy in smaller amounts. You're going to see it's going to pay off. Now, number 6 is really applicable to this time in our life where eggs and meat are so expensive. So my recommendation to you is cut them out for now. If you're buying 36 eggs in a week because you have a family of 4 and you want to have eggs every day, you know what? Start eating a little bit of oatmeal. Try to have sourdough bread that you make yourself with maybe some avocados on it or something like that. Cut out all the eggs, and definitely you don't need all that meat. When I buy hamburger at the grocery store, I usually cut it in half, or I cut it sometimes in thirds. I just look for flavor in what I'm cooking. I'm not necessarily looking to put 2 pounds of hamburger in a casserole. It's really too much, and it's a great way to cut costs. So for the time being, if you're really trying to cut your grocery bill in half, I would cut out, maybe not cut out, but cut down the meat. If you're somebody who's buying ribeyes and T-bones and, New York steaks and all this kind of stuff, cut it down. Maybe have a steak once a week. Maybe have more chicken or eat different kinds of things that you wouldn't normally eat. There's a lot of vegetables that take on the flavor and the texture of meat, like portobello mushrooms and all kinds of stuff. So be creative. Cut down on the eggs. Don't spend $36 for 36 eggs. Don't do it right now. It's ridiculous. Cut down on the eggs and cut down on the meat, and you're going to cut down on your grocery bill. Now, number 7 is something that I have done for years, and it's more of a hobby than trying to go out and save money on my grocery bill, but that's grow your own food. Grow your own food. Not only are you going to grow food that tastes better, you can grow organically, so you're not going to have all the pesticides, and you'll be amazed. Even if you just have a small little container on your patio that's growing, or maybe a little arrow garden in your kitchen, you'll be shocked how much food you're going to get out of a garden. Some people have never put a seed in the ground. They've never started any of that. You'll be shocked. The flavor's better. The food is healthier. You're, like I said, going to get rid of some of those pesticides. Grow your own food. I've got tons of videos on how to start a garden, gardening techniques, and I'm getting ready to get my seeds started in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested, please subscribe to my videos and I'll show you how to do it. I love to garden. It's a fun hobby. It's great exercise, and it's really healthy for you too. Healthy for your budget. Now, some of you might feel like you want to give me a thumbs down after you hear number 8, but that is cut out the alcohol. If you really are trying to cut down on your budget, cut out the alcohol. Alcohol is expensive. And you know what? Maybe not even cut it out, but cut it down. Or if you're a smoker, I mean, I don't smoke, but I've had many friends and family members who have, and they were, really struggling oftentimes financially, but, were still smoking and, had the alcohol. So if it's something you could look into, not only is it going to improve your health, but that again is going to improve your pocketbook. Number 9 on my list is something that I have used for years and years, but now that there are apps, it's actually become a lot more convenient, and that is coupons. Some people have never used a coupon, and they can be a great way to save money on your grocery bill. Now, most stores now, like Albertsons and Vaughn's and all those different stores, Ralph's, Stater Brothers, I don't know what's in your area, but most of them have their own apps. And if you go on the apps, you'll see there's usually areas, not just the weekly sales, but also things that they'll send you little coupons. I mean, I have one grocery store that sends me $5 off every year on my birthday. It's so great. So take advantage of some of those. You'll be surprised. All those little things add up tremendously. And number 10 is something that I also have done for a long time, and that is I pay cash for my groceries. I don't put them on a credit card. I don't use a debit card. I use cash. I have a separate envelope for my groceries that I allot a certain amount of money when I'm done and I have no more money in that envelope, and maybe there's a week left in the month. I make do with what I have. And you know what? You'd be amazed. There's probably things in your cupboard or your freezer or your refrigerator that you can make meals out of and, not have to charge it or use a debit card or that kind of thing. So pay cash, set up an envelope, money saver. So if you've made it to the end of this video, I have one last thing. I'm going to put a bonus idea in there that might be helpful to some of you. If you're in a situation where you really are just struggling to make ends meet, check out local food distribution centers. Now, there's tons of things. Maybe you don't qualify financially for them. There's tons of churches and outreach programs that provide food for people in need. So if that's an option, you can go online and start searching in your area. There's no shame in it. If you need help, maybe it's for just a very short amount of time. Maybe it's for a longer period of time. Maybe you just can't make ends meet. But don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't be any of those things. Take advantage of them when you need them. And when you can give back to those centers. However it works best for you. Donate your time if you have time. It doesn't have to feel like you're, really struggling to the point of not being able to function or not being able to buy a cup of coffee. So those are my 10 tips for cutting your grocery bill in half. I'll be honest with you, I've done every single thing on that list, so I know it works. If you have $1,000 you're spending this month on groceries, or if you have $200 you're spending this month on groceries, cut that bill in half. I guarantee you, if you implement those things that we're putting in place today, you're going to see a huge savings on your grocery bill, and maybe you can use that to pay down credit cards or daycare or gas bills or whatever you have. So I hope that's helpful. I'm going to link a playlist of all my budgeting videos. If you're interested, feel free to subscribe, give me a like or a thumbs up, or ring the bell for future notifications, and you'll see my new videos as they come out. So thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.